Hey babe, can you grab that dessert I've been eating all week?
Yeah, do you want a small slice or a big slice?
You don't have to slice it, you can just bring it. Thank you. Thank you. I couldn't do it. I couldn't eat the butter, not even for the bit, which is unlike me, but there's just no way I'm sinking my teeth into a stick of butter. I can't do it. The carnivore diet haunts me. It haunts my For You page. I don't know why I keep getting fed content like this. But it just keeps happening and it doesn't seem like I can avoid it, no matter how hard I try. So today we're gonna be talking about why I hate the carnivore diet and think it's horrible. And no, it's not just because people on the carnivore diet are eating butter as dessert, it's because the diet on its own is objectively horrible. Let's get into it. Hey, I'm Kohl's. I lost 70 pounds through a calorie deficit and some mild exercise, and now my purpose in life is teaching women that they don't have to do any sort of restrictive diet in order to be successful on their weight loss journey. Cough, cough, carnivore diet. Science tells us that the best way and most effective way, and arguably the only way to lose weight, is through a calorie deficit, and we'll touch on that later. But let's start by just looking up what the carnivore diet is. I'm just going to do a quick little Google search here. I already have it up. This is just what the AI overview on Google tells me, and this alone already says a lot about the carnivore diet, okay? And whether or not it is objectively good or bad. According to our friends at Google, the carnivore diet is an extreme eating plan that consists of animal products and excludes all other foods. All other foods. Okay, well, what is classified as an animal product? Let's read on. What to eat: meat, poultry, eggs, seafood, fish, and some dairy products. Just some. Here's where it gets crazy. What to avoid: fruits. Let me say that again. Fruits. It gets worse. Vegetables. Don't eat vegetables. You've only been told your whole life, eat your fruits and vegetables, but no, not if you're on the carnivore diet. Fruits, vegetables, grains, legumes, seeds, nuts, and alcohol. Okay, fine, alcohol, I guess, but why are we putting alcohol in the same category as fruits and vegetables? They are not the same. The carnivore diet is considered unbalanced and unlikely to be healthy because there's no strong evidence to support it. Some potential health concerns include, and so on. Here's the thing about any sort of radical diet or something like the carnivore diet or keto or any diet that you have heard of recently that involves cutting out a major amount of food groups, it's pointless. Arguably, it's pointless because really all you need to do is eat in a calorie deficit, and things like carnivore and keto and what the hell ever are essentially just a different way of getting your body to be in a caloric deficit. Now, I kind of understand the why behind the carnivore thing and the keto thing, because a lot of the time, if you are eating primarily meat, specifically lean meats, which this carnivore diet doesn't really seem like that's the case, but if you are eating exclusively meats and cutting out things like carbs and processed foods, yes, it is more likely that you're going to be probably closer to a calorie deficit just by coincidence because you're cutting out foods that might be higher in calorie. But then if you're eating a stick of butter for dessert, I don't really know if that's gonna help. I see how this diet can be attractive to people because it's very simplified, right? Like, hey, all you need to do is eat steak, eggs, and butter all day long, and you will lose weight. So people see it as I can eat as much of this food as I want and get the results that I want. So that is attractive, especially if you're somebody who is a meat eater. I'm a meat eater. I love a steak. I eat plenty of steak, but I'm not just gonna only eat steak with the hopes of losing weight. And that's what a lot of these diets are. Keto was such a big deal when I was in college. Everyone was so obsessed with keto. And I just feel like carnivore and animal-based, this is just the new keto. Everything is just recycled and created again with a new font, when in reality, it's all the same BS, okay? You don't need to cut out all of these foods in order to be successful with weight loss. You just need to eat in a calorie deficit. On top of that, I also just think that it's bad for your mental health. If you cut out the foods that you love and you don't allow yourself to eat the foods that you love, you're gonna end up just wanting to eat them even more and then probably overeating that thing, or going back to square one, feeling like you gave up because you had a bad day. I don't really believe in that mentality. That's not how I perceive food and eating. but that's how a lot of people feel. And so to me, rather than doing something crazy like this, you could just continue eating the foods that you love, but just figure out how much of those foods you should be eating to keep yourself in a deficit. But then you're not being restrictive. You're allowing yourself to eat your favorite foods and maintain this weight loss journey over time. Okay, I came across this carnivore diet account, and at first I thought she was serious. And then I saw this.
One of the biggest misconceptions about the carnivore diet is that people think if you only eat meat, you will smell terrible. This could not be further from the truth. I used to be vegan for 6 years. My body odor, sweating, and farts just went out of control. And now that I'm carnivore, I don't need any soap or body wash.
And like, I think it's rage bait, but then I look at her whole account, I'm like, no. This is for real. This is for real, I fear. This is like one of so many people who are going to die on the hill that like this diet has saved their life. This is the best diet for them ever. I think there's a huge issue with fitness and health social media right now where people are blurring the lines between I'm trying to do something to lose weight and I'm trying to do something because I want to be healthy, right? Because those two things don't always coexist. I'll give you an example of myself right now. I have been eating very unhealthily, okay? Like objectively unhealthy. Like the foods that I have been eating have not been nutrient dense. It's been a lot of like highly processed, like what a lot of people perceive as unhealthy food. That has been the majority of my diet lately because I have been busy, because I've been running all over the place. When I post a what I eat in a day showing that I'm eating junk food, which like I ate junk food throughout the entirety of my weight loss journey. Like I was hitting the drive-thru on my weight loss journey. People lose their minds. Like I posted a video talking about how sandwiches can be a weight loss food and people lost their minds. Another video I posted the other day about the bulldog like spicy carbonara ramen. I was like, y'all, you can eat this and lose weight. Like it's literally a perfectly portioned little meal. And everyone in the comment section blowing up about it's processed and blah, blah, blah. Like, okay, I'm not saying that you should exclusively eat bulldog noodles in order to lose weight. I'm just saying that if you want to, you can. But there's this huge like gap right now. I feel like on social media, like people are misunderstanding that just because a diet can help you achieve weight loss doesn't mean that it is objectively healthy long term. So these people who believe that they are losing weight on the carnivore diet or maybe are losing weight on the carnivore diet, like that's valid. And it might just be happening because they are one, like eating in a calorie deficit. Finally, like they just start for the first time are actually eating in a deficit. Or two, like this just happens to work with their body and their needs. And like that's something that I'll say too that's also part of this collective problem right now is that like just because one thing works for someone doesn't mean that it's going to work for everyone. So like so many people right now I feel like are obsessed with the animal-based diet, which is kind of like carnivore in a different font. Like you can eat fruit. Yay! Yes! Score! You can eat fruit on animal-based. So many people are like seeing really incredible results from doing animal-based. And it's like, well, if you're somebody who is eating a bunch of like high calorie foods before going animal based, now you're eating a lot of like just like protein, eggs, Greek yogurt, and fruit. Like, yeah, you're definitely probably going to lose weight eating like that. So do I think that all of these diets are bad for you in the short term? No. Like, honestly, I think that there's a lot of really nutrient dense foods that are included in the carnivore diet or the animal-based diet or any, fad diet, even like veganism. Like, yeah, if you want to eat a bunch of fruit and vegetables, like that's great. There's going to be lots of nutrients in those diets. But if this is a lifestyle that you are taking on where you're essentially saying, I'm not ever gonna eat any way else, and the majority of your diet is like steak and butter, like, yeah, I'm a little concerned about that. And not just because of the like actual health concerns associated with that, but also just like, what does that do for your mental health? Like, I feel like I've been following this one lady and I don't even want to post her because I just like, I genuinely feel sad for her. Like I've been following her or not following, but keeping up with her for years that she's been on this carnivore diet for God knows what reason. And it's like, I like the thought of not being able to drive through Jack in the Box and get chicken nuggets and tacos and dip them in ranch dressing. Like if I just committed to never doing that the rest of my life, like I don't think I would have a will to live. Like I genuinely don't think I would have a will to live because it's the little things. It really is the little things. And like I can eat well throughout the week or whenever, but if I need to have Jack in the Box tacos for dinner, I'm going to have them. I'll have them in my deficit, but I'll have them. And like that mindset, I feel like at the end of the day is always going to be the best. That's always going to be the best. And I'll double down on that take because I know the carnivore girlies are going to find this, and I know that they're going to comment, and I know that they're going to be mad. But hear me out. This is coming with peace and love. I think that you're on the right track. I think that you have the right idea, but I will double down on the fact that any diet that forces you to not eat certain things, unless you've been instructed by your doctor to do that, I just think it's pointless. I just think it's pointless because you don't actually have to do that if your goal is weight loss. If your goal is, I want to feel better, so I'm going to eat this certain diet because I feel the best when I eat it, that's a different story. I can't, like, I'm not in your body. I can't tell you what makes you feel the best and what makes you feel the worst. That's fine. But if the goal is just weight loss and you are eating in the carnivore diet specifically so that you can lose weight, don't. Like don't. Like, literally don't do that. Instead, just literally just eat in a calorie deficit. Like, literally just keep eating the foods that you love in a calorie deficit. I know it can be hard to figure out exactly what to eat in a calorie deficit, so I made this to make that a lot easier for you. It's gonna have all the recipes that I ate on my 70-pound weight loss journey. Things like pizza bagels, chili dogs, breakfast burritos, things that you would never think that you can eat in order to lose weight, but that you absolutely can. Okay, and it's all gonna be really easy to use and super macro friendly. So like every breakfast recipe is gonna be under 400 calories and every lunch and dinner recipe is gonna be under 700 calories, so you don't even have to think. And then if you upgrade to the bundle guide, you're gonna also get all of my low calorie fast food items, because if you're like me and you're gonna be hitting the Jack in the Box drive-thru and getting tacos, this is gonna tell you all the things that you need to order, that you can order at major chains, okay? If you like this video and you want more advice on what diets are stupid, and you like workout videos that are realistic and not stupid, then you should subscribe and help me reach my goal of being a YouTuber for real this time. My name is Kohl, and bye.